Welcome to another Revit tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to create a topo solid or topo surface using a PDF. Sometimes you have a PDF instead of a CAD file or survey file, and it's a good way to get the job started by using that PDF. As long as it's a true PDF, you can actually use it. So if you bring the PDF straight into Revit, it doesn't feature, or it's not as usable as normal lines or anything, right? So I'll bring it into Revit like that. When I zoom in, you can see that it's very pixelated. At least I can see that dimension there. So first thing I do is I check the dimensions, make sure this it's coming at the right scale, and I can see it's coming at half the scale that it needs to be. So I normally pick it and I change it to the scale, which is 200. You can see that my scale there says 200, right? But like I said before, if I try and draw lines, I'm gonna have to go in and eye it sort of to the center, which means my setout is not going to be very accurate. For that, I then go and I use AutoCAD. So I'll delete that, go to AutoCAD. So AutoCAD has the ability to create lines or convert PDF to lines, and you do the same process. Go insert the PDF, pick the file, go open. I know it's number 5. The scale is actually 200 that I need to bring it in at, and I go OK. So what it does is it brings it in as a block, and just from experience I know I normally pick that block and I explode it. Just type in EX for explode, and I then go to my home button and change the color to white so that I can see everything. It brought it in where I couldn't really see it. And if I pick a measurement now, I'll see that it's still not quite right. Okay, so measurement from there to there, it gives me a 196.8, right? So I also know that with my AutoCAD, it's been set up, this has been set up to inches for some reason. So if I go scale the whole thing up by, from that point, 25.4. So now if I go and I measure the distance from there to there, it comes in at 5003.596, which is really close to what I need. I can get it a lot more accurate, but I'll leave it at that, right? So what I'll do in this case is I'll go and just delete the stuff I don't need. I don't need to, but it's just force of habit, I suppose. And I go and I save this as a CAD file, topo flat. I'll just overwrite that one there, and then go back to Revit. So in Revit, you bring it in as a normal CAD file. The only thing is, when you look at the PDF, you can see that you've got elevation contours of, from 37 is my main contour, which is that one there, and these contours drop down by 200 mil as we go through, as we go back. So I'm going to choose a level of 37 in Revit to work on, right? Now if I look at my elevation in my template, I can see that my level 0 is at 0, and then what I do is I'll go and change this to that 37 meters, which makes it a lot easier to work with now. So I can go back to my level 0, and then I'll import the CAD. So I'll go import the CAD. I don't link it in the stage unless I think I'm going to change it later. So I can go, I need it millimeters because I've changed everything to millimeters. Yeah, Revisible, origin to origin. I can do it center to center because I don't really have a geolocation yet, which I can do later, and that'll bring the CAD file in. First thing I do is, if I pick it, I can see now. I'll try and draw a line, but I can see I can now snap to everything. So everything is lines. If I created, just pick that distance there from there to up there, I can see it's quite close. It's 4.999 meters. So I'm really happy with that. I pick that and I pin it. Now I can start creating my topography, right? The first thing I do is I create a boundary of it. So I go to Massing and Site, Topo Solid, create from sketch, and I can use a rectangle, the endpoint of that corner to that corner, and I can finish it. If I go to 3D there, I can see there's my Topo Solid and I can see my CAD file. So if I take a spot elevation, which is under annotation, spot elevation, and I run my, it's all sitting on 37, right? So it's sitting at the right level for the main contour, right? So I need to now go and change it to suit the to suit the other contour. So I pick it again, make sure I pick it, the Topo Solid is picked, and I go add points. So I'm going to add points at the ends of all the contours. If your contours zigzagged, I would pick each end of it and do it that way. So the first thing I do is I'll just pick the points of the contours. That one goes there. Just make sure. So you can actually see the points if you zoom in. You can see a little green dot there. Right, so that's all done. Then I go modify elements. Now that I've put the points in, if I pick the point under modify element, I can change that to 36,100. Why didn't that work? So let's try this. Let's start from here. 37. That is 36,820. 36,820. That one there should be 36 meters. The Topo Solid is to thin. Oh, it's telling me it's too thin. So all I do is I pick that Topo Solid, go to edit it, edit the structure, make it about a meter deep. And while I'm here, I might as well change it to, if I go to my site under that edit, I should have, oh, I've got hardcore. I've got sand as well. Let's go sand. Okay, and okay. And all right, so it should work now, right? So if I pick that and I go modify elements, I know that that one there should be 36. That's 36, which means this one there is 36. That one there is 200 up. That is 37, 200. 36, 800. Sorry, this one here is 37. That's right. Oh, so this one here is in fact 36, 800. That one is 36, 600. 36 meters, 36, 6. It's in 200 down. That one is 36, 4. That one is 36 2. That one is 36 1, 36 2, 36 4, 36 6, 36 8. Yeah, that one stays 37, 37 2, 37 4, and 37 uh, 37 470. Just double check that one. 37 4, 37 4. What was that? Oh, 37. It was 37 2. What I do is I just make sure that all my corners have been picked up. That one's perfect. Yep, that one's right. Yep, yep. So now if I go to 3D, oh my gosh, what happened there? I've got one that's gone a bit funky. I put the extra 0 in there. So it's really a good way to check. So if I look at that now, I can see that my topography is actually sloping. I can hide my CAD file and I can see that's what my topography does. And a good way to check this as well is go back to your spot elevation and pick all your points, just run it along and you'll see how it all changes as you go. So that's really looking good. I can go back to my ground floor and I can then also put in on the massing inside, I can put my property line. I want to sketch it and put in the rectangle. Finish that. So now if I go back to my 3D, it's all looking good. On here, if I go and hide out my, so there's my topography. If I turn that category off, go to topography, sorry, turn both topography and solids off. Under site, I go see if my property line is on, and okay, and I can see my property line. So now I'm ready to go and start modeling and creating my project. I can sort of move these elevation marks around. And then if you needed to geolocate this now, I don't think there's anything, I don't see anything in the file here that tells me the geolocation or the world coordinates. But if you had the world coordinates, for instance, you could go um, rotate the project and then add it in. I'll show that in a later video. But that's the way to create a topography if you've only got a PDF to work with. Hopefully it's a true PDF, and yeah, we can actually start modeling now. So if you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe as well, and any questions, please add it in the comments. Thank you very much.